Salutations everyone, it's Waifu Wars time here, starring Palutena taking the rest of the female roster, starting from the bottom, going all the way to the top. So with Palutena, the Goddess of Light, you have a very defensive-oriented, zoning, turtle-esque character. She's got to not start many fights. She is a goddess after all, she's a prim and proper lady. So she's mostly a defensive, reactive character as opposed to rushing down, even though she is, you know, pretty fast, 11th in run speed, 14th in walk speed, but she's quite light, tied for 35th in weight, and has quite a tall hitbox to hit, so she's very, very easy to combo since she has the 44th fastest air speed, and is just so big, doesn't have great landing options outside of her teleport. Her dare is only that one frame spike. But you also have 37th and 36th in the fall speed and fast fall speed, so she's not going to be winning any awards in the frame data Olympics, especially since all of her smash attacks don't come out until frame 18. She doesn't have any attacks in her repertoire that come out before frame 10 outside of dash attack and jab, which will come out frame 6 and 8 respectively. Now they definitely both have their uses. Her dash attack is very good, especially with that 11th fastest run speed, very nice, and good. I'll go ahead and reflect that Dark Nut right back at you, Zelda. Remember that Dark Nut is a projectile, but Din's Fire is not. So we're just going to try to, you know, juggle the Zelda the best we can, but she's got to teleport all her own, and the best one in the game, and that it kills like a moaf, as we saw in my Zelda for Glory series, if you want to check that out. So, with Palutena, a defensive reactionary character, she does have some combos, not really anything in the true combo potential arena. She has the Holy Ken combo in that you can either jab or fair to a dare spike if you get the jab near the ledge, which you can get to with your down throw to fair, and then the jab reset. There's a lot of things you can do out of down throw, not a lot of true follow-ups, and there's the power of her up smash. She's quite the anti-aerial character. She's very defensive. She's a very defensive character. She's got those wings to blow you back. She's got a reflector to push those projectiles back at you, and she also has a counter and an anti-air laser. So a good defensive array of tools for Palutena. So she's definitely going to have the, you know, opponent dictate the speed of the game. She does have a lot of trouble against much faster characters, and she's not going to be able to link very many aerials because a lot of her aerials will have a bit of ending lag as well, her fastest being back air, but as far as ending lag, it will be the fastest with forward air, which is going to be your main spacing tool on the ground and in the air. And since she's not great at linking aerials, we have the best female on the roster at linking aerials in Jigglypuff. So, you know, a little bit of disparity there in the department of power with the laser. So her up smash has 3 different hitbox properties. It's strongest at the base, at the very middle. It is the second strongest, and at the tip it will be the weakest, give you the least amount of damage and knockback, but can still kill. I've gotten kills at the tip as early as like 71%, so her up smash is legendary, very, very strong. Also very good is her up air, which is going to be her kill aerial outside of getting kills with the down air spike. Her back air leaves a lot to be desired in the KO potential, and her forward air only good since it's you know, it's such a long you know, spacing hitbox, and if you get opponent off stage, sometimes the forward air can kill just because their opponent is just so far out there and back air won't be able to reach. But the up air is multi-hit and is very nice, can kill opponents as early as 105, 110%, of course weight and rage depending. And with the rest of her smash attacks, like I said, they're all very slow and have a lot of cooldown, not coming out until frame 18. And there's the power of the up smash once again against the balloon, the second lightest character in the game. And now we're going to go up against a projectile user in Robin. I'm going to be using that reflector to our heart's content, really. Her forward smash will be her second strongest smash attack. It is strongest as you get closer to Palutena, so at the tip it is a sour spot. You also have the wind boxes to make it a little bit safer. Sometimes you can throw out a couple successive forward smashes, depending on the weight box and, you know, how far away your opponent is. But I feel like a really good, speaking of the reflector, a decent setup, if your opponent is coming from the air and they're not too far away from the ground, if you throw out a reflector, they will start to fall very slowly towards you, into which you can nail them with a forward smash. And then there's the reflector. I knew exactly where she was going to be because, you know, I've been Robin before. Hit her with the up smash into the up air, and that will kill a Robin. Oh, you want to try that again? Shame on you. Once again, reflecting that Arc Thunder at her. Palutena's reflector is, I think, the best at being used against projectiles. It also can do 5% damage if your opponent's right next to you when you start the reflector, but it lingers out there for quite some time, so you don't have to be perfect on your timing, and you can just put it out there as pressure, you know, discretioning against projectiles. You know, tell your opponent you don't want to throw out projectiles because it's going to just come right back at you at 1.5 times the damage and knockback. And damn, there she gets me with the L Thunder right into the Nosferatu. Very nice. If anyone gets you with the Nosferatu, you definitely got to give him props, because that's not a hard move, or that's not an easy move to land. So her projectile defense is very good in that roll into a Nos. But so you can definitely use it to neutralize a lot of characters in their attack styles. Like Robin, you can pretty much negate all of her Arc Thunder and L Thunder attacks, have her, you know, pretty much really rely on the Arc Fire and possibly the L-Wind. There's the power of the forward smash in successive use. Here we're going to go use the reflector a little bit again here against Rosalina, and we are moving our way up to tier list. We are getting pretty high up there. I'm getting a nosebleed, but that's fine because Palutena is fantastic in the air. Her aerials, while they're quite laggy, you can get some combos off of other attacks. So like her dash attack is very good. She's quite fast, and the dash attack has high priority. A lot of people really underestimate the power of dash attack. That will get your opponent up in the air. And your bread and butter combo game is going to be with your down throw. Down throw can combo into fair, and from fair, if you fast fall, you can get a jab. Just a single jab, and you can reset to a grab from there, or you can just hold the jab if you want to maximize, or you don't feel confident in a follow-up grab. If you just want to get them off stage with the power of the jab finisher, that is definitely something, you know, available to you. That's going to be 8%, and then you get to the finisher. So she can do some pretty decent damage with many of your attacks. And oh, I'm going to take that Luma right back at you, Palutena. Return to sender. There was not enough stamps on that package. And, you know, Luma takes care of her there. With the power of many projectiles in the game, you know, Palutena can really use your opponent's strengths against them. I'm going to reflect that right back at her once again. Also, other combos out of down throw can be up air. Of course, this is all weight and rage dependent. She doesn't have true follow-ups all of the time. You gotta make sure you get as much damage on that Luma as much as you can. A couple of up smashes and up air Luma is out of there. Definitely always want to focus your powers on Luma. And her teleport, well, I mean, her recovery is pretty decent. All things considered, she is a teleporter, so she will get, you know, Smash 4 teleported, and that you will get wrecked a lot of times, and I'll just return that Luma right back at you. I think you were missing it, so I gave it back to you. And take out Rosalina once again, and we are moving our way up, now going up against the Zero Suit, who I can neutralize her Paralyzer somewhat with the Reflector. There's a lot of characters and opponents that your opponent will become complacent with. They'll get into a routine that have projectiles, and you can definitely exploit that. If they're a Zero Suit that really uses their Paralyzer, they condition themselves to use it in so many cases and so many follow-ups and circumstances, you can use that against them, and you can get grabs off of their Paralyzer instead of them getting it off of you. You can really neutralize Link in Toon Link's games. You know, more so Toon Link because he relies more on the projectiles since his sword doesn't have as much range. But definitely, it can really throw your opponents for a loop because that reflector is out there for so long. Your Robs are really going to focus on those gyros and lasers for added damage and pressure. And you can take him out with the reflector, you know, just take that tool out of their arsenal. And there you saw me kill the Zero Suit with the down smash, which is the weakest of your smash attacks. Of course, still can kill, is quite slow, gets stage spike right there. So it's not definitely going to be your number one smash attack, but it will hit on both sides. It's too slow really to cover rolls consistently, so I definitely would not recommend it. But I do think it's your best out of shield option with smash attacks. And there, the forward smash wind box took her off the map. I think she was going for a down tilt, and since the wind box pushed her off the stage, it was a down air instead, and she just fell to her death. So wind boxes are your friends some of the time, and here we are making our way all the way up the tier list to fight against this Sheik, so the waifu war will finally have its victor. So with the Sheik, a very fast opponent, as you know, her neutral special is not going to be a very, very good attack in almost any case. There's a lot of attacks with Palutena that you don't want to use ever, and in certain matchups, and in other matchups you almost never want to use. And this includes her tilts and her neutral special, just because they have so much startup and so much ending lag. Very, very, very high risk, very, very, very low reward. While her tilts are multi-hits and have pretty decent range as a poking tool, you're going to want to use your jab attack as your main poking tool, especially since you can hold it out there for, that full 8% damage. And there's the fair off stage that she didn't even want to give that teleport a shot because she knew she was dead. There's the down throw into the fair, but like I said, not true combo potential out of her combo throws. Especially if your opponent has a fast aerial, a frame 4 or a frame 3 neutral air like your Mario Brothers, or a very fast fair like Sheik. It's just going to neutralize Palutena's combo potential out of many of her throw setups, especially down throw. If you try down throw into nair or down throw into up air, you'll just get outspaced and velocity of your opponent's aerials are just going to neutralize that potential in Palutena. Otherwise, you can have a Sheik give up, and we win the waifu war. So now Palutena is going to take some nice little alone time with her best friend, every woman's best friend, a battery-operated machine, and go up against this Rob and neutralize his projectile game. And since he has a little bit of trouble landing, we're just going to get him with a string of up airs. You could condition your opponent to, think about one of two things, the up air or the up special, two of your strongest tools, and two things that your opponent is definitely not going to want to get hit by. And there's the teleport just fucking me over. The stage with the slope is just going to get you killed sometimes. Teleporters do not get fair treatment in many cases like that. Going to reflect that laser right back at the Rob and finish him off with a forward smash as he comes down with a laggy aerial. So if you condition your opponent to either spot dodge the up smash or the up air, you can hit him with the other one in many cases. Both of those attacks are very easy to dodge, spot dodge either of them, even though the up air is multi-hit. You're definitely going to want to fast fall it to mix up your opponent's options to go up against it. Otherwise, your opponent has two very strong moves that they need to look out for. And see, there's the down throw into the up air, and your back throw is going to be your kill throw. It's not going to kill until higher percents, but if you're at the ledge and you're above 120%, and you have even just a little bit of rage, your back throw is going to be your kill throw. Otherwise, forward throw only good for getting your opponent off stage, and then up throw only good if your opponent just has trouble landing, such as this Rob. Otherwise, down throw, well, like I said, not a whole lot of true combo potential, but there's a lot of options available to you, and most of the time, one of them will be able to connect. Finish the Rob with the power of my anti-air laser beam, and Palutena just takes a nice little rest as the goddess of light, zoning, and a wee bit of spacing as well. But she is defensive, she has some terrible frame data, but a lot of good potential combo strings, as well as some pretty decent kill moves, albeit quite slow and very, very risky. But that is it with Palutena. Next week will be Sheik. And let me know who you'd like to see me use after that. If you see the thumbnail on the screen, they have been covered, and you can check them out in the playlist below. And I will see you guys next time.